Top of the day to you all, and welcome to the second session of our maiden virtual classroom environment. Obviously, you must have been enjoying this virtual classroom environment. Today, we shall be talking about waste, which comprises 5 modules. The first module talks about meaning of waste, classes, types of waste. Second module talks about methods of waste disposal. The third module talks about recycling, that is, what is recycling, and steps to recycling materials. The fourth module talks about waste recycling, that is, what are recyclates, and there are different recycling techniques. The fifth module talks about some of the advantages and disadvantages of recycling.
It's 14 hours.
What is waste? Waste is defined as unwanted and unstable material, unusable material, and is regarded as a substance which is of no use. Waste that we see in our surroundings is also known as garbage. And what is a garbage? Garbage is mainly considered as a solid waste that includes waste from our houses, that is the domestic waste, waste from schools, offices, etc., municipal waste, and waste from industries and factories, that is the industrial waste. We can also say that waste is a substance or an object that the person who has produced it wants to get rid of. For example, what happens to the nylon of the sachet water after you must have taken the contents of the sachet water? The nylon becomes a waste, and you don't want to throw it anyhow in your house or in your apartment. You want to get rid of the nylon. Often, we only see the waste in our trash can, and it does not make us worry. But actually, waste poses serious problem for the planet. The advent of the Industrial Revolution and the increase in goods brought into society led to an increase in the consumption and therefore an increase in the amount of waste. In the olden days, there were nothing like industries. But today, we have many industries and they produce goods. And as soon as we consume those goods, whatever they came with, that is the packages or the containers, they become waste. And where to dispose those waste has become a major problem these days. Even though human beings produced small amount of waste in the past, that is in the olden days, they produced small amount of waste. In those days, there wasn't much talk about waste because most things were reused then. They even have that. There were small amount of waste produced then. The problem of where to deposit the same existed even then. Those small waste then, where to deposit them was a Herculean task. So whatever could not be recycled or utilized was often thrown on the road. Even up to tomorrow, we still have some recalcitrant Nigerians throwing waste on the road with severe consequences for health. What are the classes of waste? Waste is best classified according to its sources of generation as follows. We have a biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste, these are the waste that comes from our kitchen and includes food remains, garden waste, etc. Biodegradable waste is also known as moist waste. This can be decomposed to obtain manure. Biodegradable waste decompose themselves over a period of time depending on the material. That is, all the wastes you have in your kitchen, the eba, the amala, the fufu, the rice that you couldn't finish, they are all classified under biodegradable waste. Then we have a non-biodegradable waste. These are the wastes which include old newspapers, broken glass pieces, plastics, etc. Non-biodegradable waste is known as dry waste, of course. When you say old newspaper, broken glasses, and what have you, they are dry waste. Dry waste can be recycled and can be reused. Non-biodegradable waste do not decompose, as we have it under biodegradable waste. They do not decompose by themselves and hence are majorly pollutants. The most common types of biodegradable waste are as follows: domestic / municipal / commercial waste. Apart from those biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste, we have the following also as type of waste. For example, the domestic, municipal, commercial waste. This comprises the waste from domestic houses, offices, and commercial places, like the markets, abattoirs, where they slaughter rams and cow, stores, shops, and shopping malls. In most developing nations, municipal waste on the average comprises 10 to 14% papers, 2 to 14% textiles, 7 to 22% plastics, 50 to 68% food or biodegradable waste, 3% metals, and 11 to 19% miscellaneous. We also have the industrial waste. These are waste generated from factories, power plants, treatment plants, e.g., solid waste resulting from industrial processing through packaging and manufacturing operations, liquid effluent from textile industries, acids, alkalis, and organic waste from food processing. Many industries do not have an organized method of disposing their waste. They are dumped indiscriminately, thus constituting a menace. If these wastes are toxic or in any way harmful, they become hazardous to health of the public. Then we have agricultural waste. This type of waste makes up very large proportion of the total solid waste. This includes animal urea, waste from slaughterhouses, waste from all forms of crops harvesting, also the end product of fertilizer, which contributes to the eutrophication of water body. Pesticides have also been identified to be an agricultural waste pollutant, and this deserves special consideration due to the hazard caused by it. You know, the pesticides, farmers, they use it to kill pests. Also, the herbicides, the fertilizers, they constitute a kind of pollutants. Then we have demolition and construction waste. These are the waste generated from demolition of old structures, and as well those from construction of roads, houses, etc. The type of waste produced will depend on the age and type of structure involved, but it's usually inert. The last but not the least, under the classes of type of waste is the chemical waste. The chemical waste. Chemical wastes are wastes that are made from harmful chemicals, which are mostly produced in large factories. Chemical waste may or may not be hazardous. A chemical waste which is hazardous can be solid, liquid, or gaseous, and will show hazardous characteristics like toxicity, corrosivity, ignitability, and reactivity. Thank you for listening. We'll meet next time to discuss about other issues. Thank you.